This is National Native News. I'm Antonia Gonzalez. Tribal lands on the northern and central plains continue to struggle with severe flooding. Forecasters say it's the start of what could be a record spring for flooding. South Dakota Public Broadcasting's Gary Ellenbolt reports.
The White River enters South Dakota on the south end of the Pine Ridge Reservation. It flows into the north end of Lake Francis Case in south-central South Dakota. That river and several others are under flood warnings until further notice. Much of the region had large amounts of snow last week with isolated 2-foot accumulations. National Weather Service hydrologist Melissa Smith in Rapid City says warmer temperatures are causing snowmelt. Smith says with much of the ground still frozen, the melted snow can't get into the soil.
You know, right now we are seeing a lot of lowland type of flooding. We're seeing water coming over quite a few of the roads in western South Dakota here, especially east of Rapid City, out on the plains, especially out by the Badlands and in south central South Dakota. We had quite a bit of snow in that area, and so now we are seeing a lot of runoff happening.
Smith says part of Interstate 90 in western South Dakota had flooding problems Wednesday. She says that situation could get worse.
You know, we still have a lot of culverts that are blocked with snow or blocked with ice from those cold temperatures that we had in February. So getting the water to drain properly in the areas where it was meant to drain is still causing some issues.
Smith says along with the White River, she's predicting major flooding on the Cheyenne River, which would affect its namesake reservation. For National Native News, I'm Gary Ellenbolt.
A symposium on ending violence against Native women was held Thursday at the National Museum of the American Indian in Washington, D.C. Native women's advocates discussed challenges and efforts to address the issue. Red dresses are on display outside the museum's Riverwalk to represent missing and murdered Indigenous women. It's an installation by Métis artist Jamie Black. Showing in the United States for the first time, it's intended to draw attention to violent crimes and to evoke a presence through the marking of absence. Students, faculty, and staff from tribal colleges across the country wrapped up the 2019 American Indian Higher Education Consortium Conference this week. The annual gathering held this year in Billings, Montana, brings together people from tribes across the nation. Students receive training and compete in academics, athletics, and cultural games. 2019 Miss AIHEC Shannon Hooper says engaging with other tribal college students is key to success for building future leaders.
It's important to bring in that intertribal unity amongst all Native scholars. And this is our generation and this is our time to shape and mold Indian country. And I believe with the outstanding people we have here today, they're going to do amazing things for our future.
With her ambassador role, Hooper plans to elevate the importance of tribal colleges and universities.
For me, the best thing about going to a tribal college, I enjoy the culture and the whole atmosphere. For myself, I attend Northwest Indian College, and I love the ocean and learning about the marine life and everything and the opportunities that are provided for me at Northwest Indian College. And of course, being with my people is always a wonderful experience.
There are 37 tribal institutions serving Native students across the United States. A subcommittee in the U.S. House Committee on Natural Resources will hold a legislative hearing next week on legislation to restore protections to the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge coastal plain from development. The Trump administration is moving forward with plans to open drilling. I'm Antonia Gonzalez.
National Native News is produced by Koahnic Broadcast Corporation with funding by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
For Native Americans affected by domestic violence, the Strong Hearts Native Helpline offers peer-to-peer support and resources. It's safe, confidential, and toll-free at 844-7-NATIVE. Program support by the National Indigenous Women's Resource Center. Support by PrairieEdge.com, where you'll find a variety of buffalo items like robes, skulls, rattles, and drums. Serving the Native American community for over 36 years, located in Rapid City, or online at PrairieEdge.com. Opila.
Native Voice One, the Native American Radio Network.